Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Now at this stage you know who I am. My name is Adam Walsh and I am 23 years old and I run a social media marketing agency that makes about $50,000 every single month. In this video I want to give you a bit of an insight into how I'm actually able to do this and how I've built up my business to generate this amount of money every month. I get asked all of the time, what do I actually do to be able to generate this amount of revenue for my business? What does that actually look like, right? Like what does that, like on a higher level perspective, what does that actually look like? Because running a business at 5K a month, 10K a month and 20K a month looks very, very different to running a business at 50K a month. And likewise, running a business at 50K a month is very, very different to a business that does 100K or 200K per month. Now, I'm not going to give you some big motivational speech on how you can do this too and how I only started this back in late 2019 and it's at this level right now, because ultimately I don't think you need that. You just need to know my perspective, what I actually do and what I've done to be able to build it up to this level. Now, if your goal is to just build an agency or an SMMA service-based business to, let's say, 10K per month in revenue, you can do so with very minimal amount of team members, but you also don't need a very high level view of how to build a business to get to 10K per month. You can get to 10K per month with anywhere from really 5 to 10 clients. You might only have 1 or 2 team members. But as I mentioned, going from that 10K a month mark all the way up to 50K a month looks very, very different. And the key reason why it actually looks different is that if you do what you've done on a daily basis to get to 10K a month, if you get to 50K a month in revenue, you're going to be working 24/7, right? Because you've got now 5 times the amount of revenue, but 5 times the amount of clients and team members and staff that you've got to manage and look after. So if you want to get to 20, 30, 40 or 50K a month while actually having some more time freedom, then this video should help you out. So building a business to 5K a month or 50K a month, as I mentioned, it looks very different. Now the fundamentals are pretty much the same. You've got to have a really good service to offer. You've got to have a dialed in niche that actually needs the service that you offer, but you're going to have team members and people able to deliver that service to your clients. And ultimately you have to be able to keep your clients happy. Because even if you are at 5K a month and you can't keep them happy, you're not going to get very far. Okay, so one of the key differences between a 5K a month and 50K a month business is that you now need to have client managers. Client managers, aka account managers. These are people who pretty much manage the communication between you and your team and the clients that actually pay you. And if you don't have this in place, you don't have these key people in place at 50K a month, it is going to be impossible. You are literally going to be working all of the time. And I say that from my heart because when we brought on our first client manager, it was a light bulb moment, right? It was a moment where I was like, oh my God, we should have done this sooner, even though it didn't make that much financial sense because we were only at about, I think, 15 or maybe 20K a month and we were paying someone a decent retainer per month. But it was absolutely game changing. Without having client managers in place, it just wouldn't be possible. I would have to do so much work every day and I wouldn't get anything done because I'd be putting out fires and working in the business all of the time. So this obviously allows you to work more on your business, which you've probably heard of before. It is crucially important that you have time to work on the business when you're operating at a higher level. The second key difference between a 5K a month and a 50K a month business is that you need to have systems, SOPs, and a lot of automated things going on in your business. Because when you scale to a bigger level, as I've mentioned, there's more people involved, there's more clients involved, and there's more things that can go wrong. So unless you want to be doing all of those things every day, you need to have automations, systems, and SOPs. For example, we have a system in place that gets us booked calls with new clients. So I don't have to manually put in a ton of time trying to get new clients because we have a system that books us in calls and helps with that process. Likewise, with onboarding a client, we have a system in place where the second we get a new client payment and they've signed up with us, it goes straight to our team, everybody knows, and one of our VAs, our virtual assistants, onboards that client directly and immediately. And SOPs are basically just guidelines that you give to everyone on your team on how to do everything in your business. You need to have everything detailed, documented, and really just written down. If it's all in your head at the current level you're at, which is maybe 5 or 10K a month, getting to that next level, you need to get it out of your head, you need to get it onto paper and into someone else's hands. You need to hand off that responsibility, and you can't do that unless you take it out of your head and onto paper. And the third, final thing, which is crucially important, and it kind of links back to the 2 other points, is that you now have to switch from working in the business all the time to now working on the business. Working on the business means building systems, building SOPs, hiring people, and looking more at that higher level of the company rather than just what do you need to do to put out fires, to keep people happy, and to get a new client on a daily basis. So from a higher level perspective, that's what you need to have to operate at that higher level. You can't get to the higher level without having these key things in place. So if you're currently making a few grand a month with your SMMA business and you want to scale up, or you have visions of scaling up, put in the time now. Build the SOPs, build the systems, get everything that's in your head onto paper and get it in place so that when you're ready, when you have the demand and you have the clients coming in, you can hand it off. Now, if you want to learn more about how I operate on a higher level and you want to get some coaching from myself on a weekly basis, you should definitely check out the 6-Figure Accelerator program, which will be linked in the description. It's a weekly group coaching program where I work with other SMMA owners who are just starting off and some who have already scaled up nicely but want to take it to that next level. Apart from that, I hope you got value and I will see you in the next video.